Phone a Friend news with the Ambassadors of Gaming. I'm one of your two hosts, Ambassador Chris.
And I'm Ambassador Michael.
And we have interesting things. I think we have interesting things.
We do.
Uh,
Also, I'm kind of pissed.
Why don't we go ahead? What?
I'm pissed that the big news, one of the biggest things on here, came out literally the fucking morning after we recorded the last one.
Oh
And
yeah,
I was like,
is that
God
this?
damn it, a fucking course.
Is that CoD?
No, that's the Nintendo one. The NX one.
All right. Well, since he
So mad.
started that, since he talked about that, we'll go ahead and open with that one. So, Nintendo basically announced the supposed release of the NX in March of 2017. At E3, there's not going to be like a reveal of the system. And let's see what else. Oh, Legend of Zelda Wii U. Of course, it's been delayed, and it's most likely going to be coming out for both the NX and the Wii U.
Yeah.
And that's actually the only thing that they're doing at E3. Nintendo is in a really funky spot right now. Everyone, including Nintendo, has already accepted that the Wii U is gone the way of the dinosaurs. It was already in the way of the dinosaurs. They just sold it anyway. So they don't really have anything to put forward. That, for one thing, I think the NX launch date is complete garbage. Absolutely not. I think that they are too far back. I think that if they're not ready to reveal the console yet, I think that they are way too far behind to say when a release date is, because I am willing to bet that it does not come out in March of 2017.
It's a fair prediction. I think the reason this is partially biased because I've been listening to stuff ever since this happened, and some people have been saying March is actually a decent time to release it because there's usually not a lot going on in March. Like, how many games did you buy in March?
I don't know.
The Division.
I don't keep tallies on what I buy and when I buy it.
Like, there's not a lot released in March, so like usually February to like April is kind of like a dead zone. There's only a couple different games that get released in there, and that's because they want to get the fuck out of the way of like Call of Duty and all the fall games. So if they release in March, they don't have to worry about the PlayStation 4K, if that's true and it comes out in the fall, which is probably not what they were thinking about at first, but probably with those rumors circulating, that's probably also why they pushed it back, so that they don't have to compete with it. And then it could be because their games aren't ready yet. You know what I mean? Like, maybe they just don't have enough games ready for the NX yet. Because
I have no doubt.
Like, you don't want to come out with the NX and be like, here's the NX, we have 2 fucking games, and then you don't get shit for 6 months. Like, this is terrible.
If they're not prepared to reveal the console, there's no way that they have many games in development for it. And plus, it's kind of hard to develop games for it right now if the specs and the design of the Wii U aren't set in stone yet.
The NX?
Like, specifications change.
Well,
yeah.
They've been set in stone for a while. Remember we covered a story maybe a year ago about Nintendo sending out NX dev kits. Like, they already sent out the dev kits. They have other people working on NX games. So it's probably all done. They just were probably looking at it and like, fuck, we got like 3 games we can put out, including Legend of Zelda. Like, we need to push this back so we can actually release some fucking games on this thing. And then Wii U's not doing shit this year. There's like 6 Nintendo games coming out, I think. Or that's what I heard, is like 6. I might be wrong. And then they don't want to reveal it before E3 because everybody that isn't at E3 is doing their announcements this, like, in the next couple of weeks. So they're just going to get fucking buried. And then if they do it immediately after E3, it's still going to get buried by all the other news from E3. So, like, they just want to, when they do it, they're just going to do it and be like, here's all the shit we have to tell you. And then they're just going to sit back and wait for the NX launch. So
I The good news is that there are third-party developers. I'm pretty sure Ubisoft, were they the ones that said that they were eager to work
EA.
with the NX?
EA.
EA. Okay, it was EA. So it's good that they definitely have some third parties on board, as opposed to people going like, "Nah, dude, we've seen what you can do. We've seen the atrocity that you created. We've seen the Frankenstein you made with the Wii U. We don't want anything to do with you
We
anymore."
don't want any of that.
Yeah. Um, but all that aside, I can bet my bottom dollar that the NX will not release in March of 2017. And if it does, it will release on like the last day of March. I am willing to bet my
Hmm.
bottom dollar on it. As for Legend of Zelda being the only thing that they're going to show at E3, I just hope that it's going to be something significant. I hope that it will be significant gameplay and not another like
Well, it's gonna be
tiny
a demo.
teaser.
It's
Yeah,
gonna be a demo. Like you're actually gonna be able to play the game at E3. So, and usually with those kind of games, they give you like 30 minute, like a 30-minute demo, that kind of thing, so that you
yeah,
actually like can see the game, how it plays. Play it a little, get a feel for it, that kind of stuff. So at least that's what I'm hoping. It'd be
yeah,
stupid if you go to like the thing and it's like you, excuse me, you go into like whatever you're roaming around, you get into one encounter, you fight a bunch of shit, and that's it. You're done. It'll just be dumb.
yeah,
So, but yeah, and then they delayed that. They delayed the Wii U or the Wii U version of that too. For
yeah.
I think it's
We won't
supposed to
be,
come out in March too.
yeah. It won't be called Zelda U. Everyone knows that now.
No.
It'll have some sort of title, and then it'll just be for NX or for Wii U. Now watch this. Watch them do things like I don't know, the whole I'm a little peeved with Nintendo over the whole new 3DS thing and how certain
Mm.
games are like the NES games are only available certain what's the games I'm looking for? Certain virtual console.
Yeah,
Um
SNES games.
yeah, certain virtual console titles are only available on the new 3DS, and we all know that that is absolute booty. Like that is not correct at all. They're just trying to get people to sell the new 3DS. Hey, you just bought this. I bought my this one right here.
Yeah, you got that like right before the new 3DS came out.
I got this a week before the new 3DS came out.
And the new 3DS doesn't even have any like cool skins or anything. There's like two Zelda ones, and all the other ones are just normal colors.
Well, it's just one of those things where like it doesn't have it does I don't think it has upgraded graphics. I don't think it had the only things I'm pretty sure that are upgraded are its wireless connectivity, its processing power, which is something for load times basically. Um, but if you're willing to buy a Nintendo console, you're probably not too worried about load times. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you're there for the
Uh,
games, not the
exactly.
graphics.
Um, but the point I'm trying to make is watch. Like they said that the last like Super Smash Bros. They
Hmm.
said the last Bayonetta and Corrin and whatever the stage pack they came out with was going to be the last upgrade for Smash Bros. For Smash Bros. Watch them because they already said they're making the game for the NX as well. Watch them release things for Smash only on the NX.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Watch it happen.
But the Smash port is it's speculation and it's been rumored, along with Mario Maker and Splatoon, I think, which would be fucking awesome because I love Splatoon.
They'll bring all three of those games to the
I
NX. I'm
hope so.
positive.
Those are like
Mario Maker
some
is
of the
one
best
of the
selling
biggest
games.
marks. Yeah, they are the best selling games. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure, and in Mario Kart, pretty sure
yeah,
Mario
Mario
Kart.
Kart.
I wouldn't be surprised if they made a new Mario Kart for the NX. That wouldn't
Ma-
surprise me at all.
Mario Kart 8, from what I heard, do you know what an adaptation rate is?
Yes.
Well, yeah, I guess the adaptation rate for the Mario Kart 8 was like 50% or something like that. And I was like, that's fucking insane. Like, I mean, it's cool. So hopefully they port it. I mean, if they don't port Mario Kart 8, they'll just make Mario Kart 9.
Yeah, there will be a Mario Kart on it. I
Yeah,
promise. Mario Kart, and Smash are two huge games
yeah. And you
on the
only
Wii.
get one Smash per generation, so
But this could be a little shakier because
True.
the Wii U didn't really go through a life cycle. It just kind of came out and failed. So now they're trying to catch
Yeah,
themselves.
I guess.
But like I said, I'm just really peeved with Nintendo right now. And most likely they're gonna need people. Crap, we need people to buy our console. Let's release games that were already released on the previous console, but we'll give them new things if they get it on the new console. Like it's just gonna
Yeah,
drive me nuts.
a lot of Wii U fans feel the same way. I have one, and I'm like, I don't really care. As soon as I can get the NX, and if it's what I'm hoping it's gonna be, which is just a good system with good games, that thing's going in the fucking box. Like, if I can play the games I have for the Wii U on the NX, like they're just port them over, I'm just gonna put that in the box. Like, I don't need it anymore.
I'll probably end up depending on well, I don't know. It holds history for the worst selling Nintendo console. It beat the
True.
rate of the
GameCube,
Virtual
right?
Boy. It beat the
Oh
rate of the
wow,
GameCube.
Virtual Boy's pretty bad.
Well, keep in mind the Virtual Boy was out for a much shorter time. It's going by how long it's been released,
Um,
how many have been sold. So even though more have been sold than the Virtual Boy, the ratio is still smaller.
on the
Do you
Virtual
understand what I'm
Boy,
saying?
yeah.
No, the Wii U
Oh,
by
sold more than the
percentage.
Virtual Boy.
No, let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
The Wii U, over the time that the Wii U was out, in ratio to how long the Virtual Boy was out,
Mm-hmm.
the Wii U sold less.
Okay, okay, I got you.
So the Wii U is Nintendo's worst selling console. Absolutely worst selling console.
I wonder
Now
why.
then. Yeah. So I might keep it. It's a little piece of history.
It is, especially
You,
because I'm gonna
a real
stop
piece of
making them.
history? Get a white one.
True, the white ones are old. They're the
Why did
first prints, right?
why did they even bother to make white ones?
It
Like,
doesn't matter. If you give them black, they're gonna want white. If you give them white, they're gonna want black.
uh,
You can't please them.
it's
Like,
this or that. I think it varies on the type of white. Like if you get like remember the chassis of the 360? How the
yeah,
360 it was like it was made of like a plastic cream.
yeah,
Now because of what it was made out of, that would like yellow, and that would
yeah. It
get
would.
really gross over
Uh,
time. Now, if you're talking about the Xbox One with its chassis made out of that glossed over plastic material, that won't yellow. Or if it
yeah,
does
true.
yellow, it'll take a much longer time to yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, I like white consoles. More specifically, I just like a little variation in the colors.
Hmm.
Personally, I have three consoles on my entertainment center, and they're all black. I wouldn't mind. I would love one of those 20th anniversary PS4s, but of course, I can't
I
afford one.
know. Yeah, because they
Um,
cost like $1,000 now.
I think there's like a few on Amazon left for like $300 or $400. Amazon has their ways, dude. I'm totally serious right now.
My credit card might get charged. You don't even
Um,
understand. There's only like 13,000 of those things, and they sold out within like
believe
20
it
minutes.
was 1,000. I believe it was 12,300
Yeah,
because it's
something.
12300.
Yeah, and they all sold out within like 20 fucking minutes.
Yeah,
So that really sucked because
that
I
was
really
really
wanted one of
interesting.
those. I went to go buy one when they came out, like an hour after they came out, and they were fucking gone. And I was like, this sucks because that's a fucking awesome console.
I think I might keep my Wii U just for the fact of a little piece of gaming history.
True.
And Nintendo has a hobby sometimes of not acknowledging their failures, like they don't acknowledge the existence of the Virtual Boy. And I'm just picturing someone walking around Nintendo with a Wii U gamepad, like shoving it in someone's face, like you made this and you can't deny it.
Never forget.
Never forget. But I am pretty confident. I wouldn't be surprised if this generation fails too. If they just, like you said, if they eventually just stick to their handhelds and they give out like Nintendo kits to other consoles or PC or something.
And they're just like, here you fucking go. We'll put these games wherever the fuck they'll sell.
Like we tried twice.
Fuck it, we give up. Apparently, we don't know
Exactly.
what the fuck we're doing.
Uh,
um,
but we're gonna move on. We've been
yeah.
babbling about that. While we're talking about um the Xbox One, though, we've got a possible redesign. Phil Spencer kind of commented and said that what we talked about a few news episodes ago, that whole possibly being able to swap out your parts of the Xbox One is most likely not going to happen. It would just, I think it would make too much of a distance, at least me personally, between gamers, and then there'd be games released where you need this component,
Mm-hmm.
and it wouldn't be a universal thing. You'd have games that can't run without better hardware, and it would just make
Well, it'd
a
be like
big gap
PC.
in the console. Yeah, it'd be a big gap in the
Yeah,
console generation between who can afford to buy these parts
and
and
who
who can't.
can't? Yeah.
There is a possibility of of something along the lines of like a slim edition.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so
Which
that's cool.
is fair. It's been long enough, but they. So when the PS4 rumors started, they were like, "Are you guys gonna make an Xbox 1.5 or whatever?" And they're like, "No, we're not gonna do that. If we're gonna make a new if we're gonna like upgrade the console, we're just gonna make a new one," which is fair enough. Like I understand. Like what's the point of giving it a little extra power boost, but that's it. Like we just upgraded like the processing power and the RAM and that kind of shit, graphics cards. What's the point? Just release a whole new console. And they were like, no, we're not gonna do that. And then now they're like, there's a rumor that the Slim's gonna come out and that the new controller, there's gonna be another redesign of the controller, and that the new controller will be white instead of black. And I'm like, this seems plausible. They did that with the with the 360 Connect.
What do you mean?
Like when the 360 Slims came out, they were all black when they first came out,
Yeah,
whereas they were traditionally white.
yeah.
So, I mean, it's not
Um,
implausible.
and keep in mind this is a rumor, so take it with a
Yeah.
pinch of salt. But although people will probably disagree with me, I am aware that the PS4 controller is lighter, and just sometimes works better. But I absolutely love the Xbox One controller, even though it is bigger and it has weight to it. It fits my hands
Mhm.
perfectly, absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, the Xbox One controller is comfy as fuck.
It really is. It is a comfy controller,
I
at
like
least
it.
for my bigger hands. I've heard otherwise from people with smaller hands.
See, I got tiny hands, and it fits my DualShock 4 just fine. See, like, I can just do this. I'm just perfectly fine. My Xbox controller, same thing. I can just hold it perfectly fine. Fucking,
I find the PS4 just a little bit small for my hands.
it's not even that it's small. The difference is that the Xbox controller is angled out wider. It's like it's
Yeah.
the same amount. It's just angled differently. Whereas this one's like more sharper. The Xbox one's kind of like
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah,
like that controller.
my girlfriend does not like the Xbox One controller.
It's a big controller.
It is a big
I
controller,
was
but
kind
it
of
fits my hands perfectly.
I was kind of pissed off that when they announced the Xbox One, and I was like, Xbox One controller looks almost exactly like the fucking 360 one. They just put a black bar on top of it. It's pretty similar. It's 360
It
one.
is pretty similar, but I've got to be honest and say I think they took the good aspects of the 360 controller.
You know what I want
And
back?
Hmm.
I want the goddamn white and black buttons back. Bring back the OG
oh,
buttons.
all the way back from
The Xbox.
the original Xbox. Now,
And even then, they stopped producing those controllers. Like, halfway through the Xbox's life cycle, they were like, nobody fucking uses these buttons.
yeah,
Let's just get
they
rid
were
of
just
them.
they were just extra buttons.
I like them. They were cool.
Keep in mind, I am not saying that I don't like the DualShock 4. In fact, when I first got the PS4, it was actually a nice change. It was definitely the weight of it really attracted me, considering how light it is. The only thing that I really don't like about it
Fucking
is the
battery.
fact that it has an internal battery.
The
My
problem
experience.
isn't even that. The
My
battery just
expe-
sucks.
My
Sorry.
experience with internal batteries is always bad, and that's
Mhm.
coming from someone who takes really good care. And Mike can vouch for that. Someone who takes really good care of their equipment, who doesn't just leave it plugged in for hours and hours and hours. Like once it's done charging, I unplug it, and still the DualShock 4 does not hold a very good charge for me.
No, it doesn't.
I'd rather deal with the extra weight and just put batteries in it so that I know it'll last the full amount of time that it's supposed to last. People have obviously have other um, think that the idea is great. It's not that I don't like it. It just wireless batteries like that go dead. That's what happens.
Yeah, they suck.
Especially if you leave them plugged in.
Like my controllers only last like maybe like 3 or 4 hours, and I've only had my controller for well, it'll be 2 years in June. Like this controller is 2 years old. The only problem with it is the battery life and the grip started to rip. But that's every fucking PS4 controller. The grips rip. It's what happens.
Yeah, I wonder why that's a thing. That's another thing I don't like. My Xbox controller's grips never ripped.
It's cause they're the grips are made too softly.
Mm.
Like the material they made them out of is just too soft. So like, and it's always in the same spot. It's always like right here on the edge of the stick. Oh, sorry, on the edge of the stick. It's always right there.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you though. If I go on Destiny and I play the King's Fall raid, say I'm playing for like anywhere between an hour and a half to 3 hours, and I usually need to charge my controller like right after it.
It sucks. See, the only problem with the DualShock 4 is the battery fucking sucks, and it's because of the damn light bar. And they refuse, like, part of it's the light bar, part of it's rumble. Like, if you turn off your rumble feature, it saves your battery a lot. That's just like a normal thing people do. But the light bar does kill the fuck out of your battery. Especially, like, if you play a game and it changes colors a lot, it'll fucking just destroy the
Why
battery.
don't they get rid of it?
I don't know. Stubbornness. They're just like,
Oh, the
no.
Division 2.
Yeah,
The
Division
microphone
uses
in your controller will
Oh,
eat
yeah.
or the speaker in that controller will eat your battery. Um, but we're branching off a little too far. But like I said, take it with a pinch of salt. Um, and even if it is a redesign, let's hope it's not too far redesigned, not to
Yeah.
make our current consoles obsolete.
Well, if it's a slim, which shouldn't be that ridiculous, seeing as how the Xbox fucking One is like this goddamn big. Like they could do a slim. Just don't fuck up and take one of the fan. Like, aren't there two fans in the Xbox?
I think so.
Just don't take out the fans, or we're gonna get fucking red rings again.
I think the PS4 definitely looks the prettiest. Um, it's small and it's got that nice parallelogram aspect to it, but when it comes to consoles, I feel like this console generation there hasn't really been much emphasis on travel. It's just kind of you put it down and that's where it stays.
Yeah, it just stays there.
It just stays
You
there.
don't fuck with it.
Yeah, so um, that's why I'm not bothered by the external power supply for the Xbox One, that power brick, because let's
Dude,
face it,
thing's huge.
that giant thing isn't going anywhere. Um,
Yeah, I took my Xbox One to somebody's house last week, and my fucking god, that was a pain in the ass.
yeah,
It was awful.
but as long as it's staying where it's going to stay, I just don't think size and shape play that big of a role. It'll fit in any entertainment center.
Mm.
It's annoying I can't stand it up.
Yeah, it's too heavy. The Xbox One or the PS4?
The Xbox One,
It's too heavy.
it's one thing that it's heavy. It's another thing that it's just not designed for that. The way the fans are designed, there is no special way. Like they don't sell a stand. It's been marketed to not stand up. It's just sits there on its side.
Well, it's because, generally speaking, the Xboxes, when you stand them up, it fucks up something with the disc reader, too. So, like, when you put the disc in, it'll fucking scratch the shit out of your discs. That used to happen to me on my 360 a lot, which is why I never put my consoles vertically anymore. I've never had that problem with a PlayStation, but I just don't want to chance it. You know what I mean?
Man, but the PlayStation stand makes it look so nice. It really
I know.
does. So for all of you people that think I'm a PS4 hater, I gotta say it's a beautiful console. It really is.
Sorry, I was
Okay,
reading the list of things.
it's okay. We've got Call of Duty stuff.
On things that pissed off the internet this week, Call of Duty.
Welcome back to Things That the Internet Hate. I'm your not host. I'm your host, Ambassador Chris, Agent Goostapho. I'm here to tell you why everything sucks in the world of gaming.
Fuck everyone. Just kidding.
Hated those Infinity Ward Call of Duty games. Well, guess what? They're back. No, I'm just kidding. Well, they are back. I'm not kidding about that. But a lot of people don't hate them. I don't hate them either. I just prefer the Black Ops games.
True.
Not to say that Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 weren't really good.
Phenomenal games.
I could not. They fixed things in later generations that really bugged me, like scavenger picking up claymores.
Yeah, that was
Ops.
fucking
Oh my
annoying.
gosh, people would just go into
Definitely.
that. If anyone played Modern Warfare 2, there's a
Black Ops
multiplayer map
Zombies. I
called
did play World
Afghan,
of War Zombies, but
and
Black
there's
Ops
this
Zombies.
tiny bunker.
Fun.
It's just
And as
just
soon
a
as it
small
hits
stone
the-
room
As soon as
with
it hits
two
the
doorways
download marketplace,
and a corner. And what people would do is they'd set up their claymores
Sorry, what
and
was
their
the
grenade
last thing?
launchers, because grenade
As
launchers
soon
were
as it hits
totally
the 360
OP.
download marketplace,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
one
be a happy
fucking hit.
camper.
You're dead.
One hit, yeah, they were completely
I already
overpowered.
tried.
And Scavenger would pick those up too.
Uh,
Scavenger would pick up
Anyways, I
your
found the
your
original
rocket launcher
source
round. So
of
people
what
would
I was
walk
talking
in
about.
and get killed by the claymore.
So
And if
what-
they
I
didn't
guess
get killed
what
by the
happened here is
claymore,
a bunch of
you would just
people
grenade launch them. They'd run
quit
over, pick up a claymore,
Infinity
put it
War
back down where you blew up the first one, and just go right back to where they were
Modern Warfare
camping.
2 got
Did
Uh,
Modern Warfare
And then
2 have Danger
so
Close or
26
no?
people left, and then 38
I
I
don't
think
remember.
it did.
employees filed a
Yeah,
lawsuit
Danger Close was the
against
explosive
Activision
perk, right? Major
for
explosives bigger.
royalties and
Yeah,
just
but keep
like
in mind, a lot of people didn't use it
people.
because everyone was using stopping power, like almost everyone. So if you didn't
Yeah.
use it, you were at a disadvantage.
So
It was just one of
probably
those
what
things, and I'm
happened
glad
is
they got rid of
had
that
to solve
perk.
all those
Yeah, that was a
lawsuits,
terrible
fire those
perk.
people, whatever. Shitty
And
as
when it
that
comes to
sounds.
Call of
You
Duty,
never
I
know
don't know if MW2 did
what
this,
the
but I know World at War
side
did
of the
this.
story is. Virginia usually
Juggernauts,
only
Second
reviews the
Chancers.
story and never
Oh my
what the
god.
publisher has to say
Second
from
Chance
time
was
to
the
time.
worst shit ever.
Why?
I'm so glad they got rid of that. They've done really well with the
Yeah.
perk balancing these last couple games.
Yeah, they
Well,
really
that's-
have.
The perks
That's
are
what
like
somebody said
they're
when I
not-
was in one of those
each
PaX panels.
perk is kind of
It's
like
relevant to
okay.
Activision.
They're just
They were
okay.
talking about the process of
The best way is actually the way Mike described it one time. They took the really good perks and they split up all of the attributes that came for each one and distributed them. That's so like I'm pretty sure there's no way in Black Ops 3 to be completely invisible on a map.
There's no way for you
Something-
to stand in a corner and be completely invisible.
Yeah, something something can find you. Even if it's just by standing still. If you are standing still, you will be you'll come up on the mini map. I know it may be a little, but yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
And making
Blizzard.
Ghost the last
And I was like,
perk
yeah,
too
more or
Definitely
less.
Blizzard.
was a good
Yeah, they're
idea.
just like, oh, magic.
I like. They did a really good job with that game,
Place.
with the
Here's
multiplayer
a bunch of
components
money.
of it.
Thank you.
Because a lot of those games,
And what a lot of
Ghost
people
would come
don't-
first.
Those guys have so much
Go
fucking
ahead.
money.
What do you mean Ghost would
Activision
come
has
first?
So much money.
Like
Oh,
Ghost.
you mean perk?
Yeah, Ghost would be one of
Like,
like the
they-
first perks you get.
Not last year or 2
Yeah.
years ago. Either last year or 2 years ago, their financial
But something also a lot of
reported
people
that they
didn't
made
know
$4.3
is that
billion
they also had monitors from day one.
in a year. They
Even though
profited
boosting hasn't really been a
$4.3
thing,
billion. Are you
uh,
fucking kidding me?
it's just not. I guess it's just not that
That's
big of a
so
deal
much
anymore. I guess
money.
people just don't
Holy
care that
shit.
much. I remember like you'd find people in Modern Warfare 2 hiding off in the corner of a state
I hope that
and just keep
one
putting
thing I
headshots
do
back
not
and
like
forth
with
so they
Call
can
of
get that
Duty is-
fall
or
finish
not
on
the
their
Call of Duty,
guns.
The newest Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
fall
like
finish on your
that they
ACR.
got rid of the
Well,
one
now it's
hit
all about that
melee.
diamond finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no
I agree,
one.
it does
I
kinda
just
suck.
people don't care enough.
Well,
Especially-
now people
some
just
people
use
do.
combat knives. Now you just have
I've
assholes
seen it.
running around with.
I
fucking
have
combat
not
knives.
seen any
the worst shit ever.
boosters at all since Black Ops 3
That
release,
they did
but I know
ruin
that
it.
there are
They ruined one
monitors.
thing for me, and
I've
they
read in
added
articles
these,
that there are
have you
definitely
seen the one-shot
monitors
pistols
that
yet?
go from game to
Those
game
one-shot
to make
pistols
sure
you
that
can
no
get
one is doing
now,
anything
but you can only get them from the black market.
exploitations.
That's crappy. How many? How much ammo
You
do
can
they
play
have?
the
But any-
game how it's meant to be and be a
Like
dick.
10, but you
But-
can get them akimboed.
That's not your fault. They made the game and you just found
All
a
the-
way to be a dick
All
about
the
it.
pistols.
It's
all the
our
pistols
world and
can
you're
be
just living in
akimboed.
it.
So,
That's
like,
dumb if you do.
But we're
Yeah,
done
it
talking
is.
about old
So
Call of
you
Duty.
just
Let's
have
talk about
some
new Call of
asshole
Duty.
running around with these, like, they're basically
So
mini
Infinite
fucking
Warfare.
crossbows. So they just run around with them
So,
and they're just like,
Fucking weird
you're
name,
dead.
dude.
One fucking
Uh,
shot, you're done.
they're
Doesn't
trying
matter if you get hit
to.
in the chest, the foot,
I
whatever,
think they're
you're
trying to
fucking-
reestablish the name because don't forget that they
Honestly,
had
I really wish they had
Modern
done that,
Warfare.
'cause that was really
I didn't
shitty.
think Infinity Ward made
The
Advanced
melee
Warfare.
weapons
I
were
thought someone
fine,
else did.
No,
with
they
swords
did,
and
but
bats and
it, like-
whatever, that's fine.
To the
But,
person
like-
that's just like goes to the
hey,
store and
guys.
there's like Call of Duty. You got Call of
not
Duty,
cool,
Modern
guys.
Warfare, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare.
Like,
all they know, it's made by the same
added
people.
the Annihilator,
Yeah.
and I thought
Fuck,
that
I
was
thought
cool
all the Call
for,
of
like,
Duties were made by the same people. I was like, how the
Well,
fuck
yeah,
did they
that's
make
a
this game in a
super,
year?
though.
That's a super.
Yeah.
This is just
Um,
a gun. Like,
But I'm pretty sure they did not make
No,
Advanced
Donkey
Warfare.
do in the
They
shape
did
of
not.
a
They
gun.
haven't made a
The
game since
Fires
Ghost.
Donkey do.
Yeah, and Ghost was
Everything
awful.
about
Oh my
Ghost was
gosh,
terrible.
Ghost
It's
was
not
awful.
okay.
Now that I'm
Oh my gosh, I
finished
can't.
talking
Stop
about
talking about
Animal
old Call of
Excrement,
Duties. Talk about new ones.
that is
Um,
all the articles
so
we have
Infinite
today. Do me
Warfare,
a favor, let me
it's
know in
gonna
the
be like
comments. I got a
space fighting.
camera arm, and I've got this new camera angle,
Um,
so now I can sit closer to my
Have you-
computer and
you
can
haven't
see some of
seen
my
the trailer,
apartment.
have you?
Isn't it pretty?
I have not
Just
yet.
let
No.
me know what you think about
Um,
it, please.
In the
to
trailer,
me.
they show.
I have no.
So I
no, I'm
guess
just
the
kidding.
character you're playing
Alright.
as, he's
That's a reason,
the
okay.
commander of basically
kidding.
I
a
wasn't going to
space.
take it that far.
What the
But,
hell?
Attention,
anyway.
please.
Aircraft
Station?
carrier? No, aircraft
How you doing?
carrier. It's
Yeah,
basically
I'm
an
done.
aircraft
Done.
carrier in space.
I'm Ambassador Chris.
I'm
And
invested.
it's like super in the fucking future.
And we'll see you
like
next
we've
time.
already gone out and
Bye.
colonized planets and shit.
Goodbye.
Like a ridiculous amount of planets.
So Halo.
Yeah, basically. So they colonize all these planets, and basically all the people they send out to go colonize everything is like, fuck you guys back on Earth. We're coming back to Earth, and we're gonna take over Earth for no apparent fucking reason. Which is stupid because apparently the Earth has no fucking resources anymore. We already wasted all the resources. That's why we had to go colonize. So why the fuck do you want to come back to Earth? I don't know. Maybe they just want to destroy like the United Nations or whatever. But
Damn, that sounds like just as strong of a plot as Batman versus Superman.
hey man, have you seen The Dark Knight Returns, the animated film?
Nah.
I'm gonna make you watch that film. It's fucking phenomenal.
Oh,
It's what Batman vs Superman was based off of.
they're gonna kill Martha.
Just
No
chill.
spoilers. No spoilers.
I still haven't seen that damn movie.
They're gonna kill Martha.
Anyways, so when I was looking at this, I was like, this is pretty stupid. Like, I mean, not stupid, but it's just something I'm not generally interested in. I'm like, okay, whatever. It's Call of Duty in space. All right. And then I was reading an article earlier today, and what they said is, in every Call of Duty, there's levels. You start a level, you complete a level. There's a cutscene. You load in, do whatever you got to do, set up your loadout for the next mission. Then you go in and you do that, right?
Sure.
This one is the entire campaign is one fucking thing. There's no loading.
So it's like an open world campaign.
Kind of. It's probably a linear campaign, but there's no loading. You go. You're gonna fight a battle on ground. You're gonna get in your spaceship. You're gonna fly off into space. You're gonna fight some shit in space. Then you're gonna go onto an aircraft carrier, shoot some shit there probably. Then go back to Earth, shoot some more shit. And I was like, this is pretty cool. I might actually buy this game.
I mean, of course I will. I get all the Call of Duties just to see how they go.
I wasn't that interested, but I really like space. So
Seamless. Tell that to I hate space.
physics.
I hate it. I'm a physics
Fucking
major.
Physics major.
But I really like to see how seamless loading is integrated in because of it. That makes me think open world. I'm sorry, but that is what
Yeah.
comes into my head. I don't think that seamless loading would be a big detail if there wasn't some sort of open world. But moving past that, it is for the current generation only.
Yeah, you get nothing if you're on last gen.
And I'm gonna tell you guys what I told Mike. Of course I feel bad for the people that don't have the new consoles. Some people can't afford it. Some people even people that have the money to spend, they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I bought my Xbox One. It's one of the first waves of them. It is I'm pretty sure I got it not even a month. It hadn't even been out for a month yet. And mine was $550 because it was with the Connect bundle and the tax and everything. $550. And even though I had the money, I still just felt really crappy as I'm like walking in my car with this gaming console that I just dropped like $500 on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's not fair for them to be mad either because it takes a lot of resources and money and just stuff that people don't want to do to dumb down a game for a console that it's not designed for. What were you telling me about about Black Ops 3?
Um, Black Ops 3 got a major like graphical downgrade. Like a lot of the vehicles got swapped out for boxes. In the multiplayer maps, there's no story mode, so they had to cut that completely out. There's no story mode. There's no nightmare mode. And then all the multiplayer maps got a graphical downgrade, and the game kind of looks like shit. Like when you compare it side by side with the current generation game, it looks like shit. It looks great for a 360 or PS3 game. It looks really good for those. Like if it didn't come out on Xbox One and PS4,
You would think it
great.
looked awesome.
Yeah, it looks awesome. But
if you compare it to the gen that it's designed for,
it looks like shit.
It looks like Okay.
So,
but like I said, it's not fair for those people with old consoles to be mad, because they have to abandon those sooner or later.
yeah, it sucks. But
it's been 3 years. It's been over 3 years since these consoles, since at least I know since the Xbox One released.
well, yeah, in the fall, 3 years in the fall.
Yeah, so not 3 years yet. I was wrong.
That's all right.
But
Yeah.
So sorry, people on previous generation consoles. I feel for you. I really do. But going on to a more positive note, there is something else that comes with the game. It is not just Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Through bundle only, you can get a remastered version of Call of Duty 4. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that means. If it's quite literally just going to be a port, or if they are redesigning it. Yes, Michael, do you have an answer to this math problem?
Yes, I do. From what I've read and what Activision has said, it is, and I've seen they did graphically upgrade it. They went in and fucking made a whole new game, basically. It's the same game, but they graphically upgraded everything.
So just the artwork has changed, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, like the graphics, the actual graphics are... No, they took the graphics and they're gone. They made new graphics for it. So they basically made a whole new game.
Well, I'm asking, did they keep the physics and everything
yeah. Like
that was there and only just change the artwork?
Yeah.
Just like how when they redesigned firing range into that movie set for Black Ops 2, do you remember? It was the same map, but it was all new artwork.
Yeah. That's what it is basically. There's two really weird things. One is none of the DLC from COD 4 is coming with it, so I don't know if they're gonna release the DLC for COD 4, like upgraded versions of the maps, in the season pass or whatever. And then there's 2 new maps for COD 4, which is weird, but alright. It's like kind of just a really weird fucking thing. Like, why are you putting 2 new maps in the remastered version? But the reason people are mad about it is because, to be fair, the only people that are mad about this are the people that just wanted COD 4 remastered. You know what I mean?
You can only get it through bundle.
Yeah, you have to buy both. Now, to be fair, the cheapest bundle is $80. So you're paying $40 for 2 games. That's not a bad deal at all.
Especially when you consider normally the base price for Call of Duty games is $60. You pay an extra $20 to get another game.
And I was thinking about this because I'm part of a Facebook group called Fanboys of Gaming. So I see those people, like I see hardcore people going and talk about it. People bitch and moan, but I see their points, but I also see the business side. Activision is a fucking great business. They know what they're doing. They know how to make money. This is smart for them. And the reason is, if I release COD 4 Remastered and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, right? The people that aren't going to buy Infinite Warfare aren't going to buy it. They're just going to buy the COD Remastered. Whereas the people that don't even know COD Remastered and just want Infinite Warfare are just going to get Infinite Warfare. But they can still do that. So when they put them together as a bundle, they're like, yeah, we're charging you $20 more for the game, but at least try the new game. Really, when you think about it, you're paying $20 more for COD Remastered if you don't play Infinite Warfare. Like, at least play it, try it, see if you like it before you shit on it.
I just realized something.
Hmm.
You make a really good point. He made a joke earlier about how people are gonna just buy it with the bundle,
Mhm.
and then return Advanced Warfare and just keep or return Infinite Warfare and just keep COD 4. What if it's like some other games where the remastered edition is within Infinite Warfare?
That would be fucking hilarious.
That
That would be
would
really
not
funny.
surprise me because that would definitely
If it's like the Handsome Collection or like any
Yeah.
other collection where you pop in the
like
disc
the
and it's
like the Master Chief collection.
yeah, and
It's
you get to
just
select. That would be
ev-
fucking hilarious. I
that
really hope that's how. No, that wouldn't make any sense
why.
because then they have. Well, because if they do that, then when you pop in Infinite Warfare, the $60 version of the game, it's just gonna have. They can't. I mean, I guess they could do it.
Well, it'll be an option. It would be like an option at the bottom, and it'd be like grayed out if you have this normal edition. And let's face it, by the end of this game's life cycle, the last map pack will be, hey, guess what? You can download COD 4 Remastered. Like, it'll be an
Oh,
option.
yeah.
It'll be an option available. Like,
You'll be able to buy it by itself. I'm sure at
Ex-
the end of.
well, not by itself, but
Yeah.
add it as a game add-on to
Oh,
your
yeah.
Infinite Warfare.
That's actually
This
a
is
really
my
good point.
theory.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I didn't
That
think
is
about
my
that.
theory. Because I'm sure that them being smart businessmen anticipate people just buying it and then returning it just to get the code.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they fucking thought about this ahead of time.
Yeah.
I bet somebody was like, "Well, what if they just buy both?" And then they're like, "Fuck you. Here's Infinite Warfare back. I don't want it." You know what we do? We put it on the disc. Fuck them.
Like, you can't return it.
Some guy in a suit's like, "Fuck them."
Some dude's like sitting there just pulling out his cigar and just sitting at the desk like, I did good here today.
Somebody give me a baby to kiss. I'm gonna go run for mayor.
I'm gonna go run for mayor. He walks up to the dude in GameStop and just walks up to him and goes, "It's on the disc, bitch," and just puts out the cigar on the game box.
He puts it out on Battlefield.
No, he puts it out right on the game box for the Call of Duty game he just bought, and then just pulls a microphone out of nowhere and drops it and just walks away. I'm going to run for mayor.
All right, CEO of Activision. What was I gonna
Catch you
say
later,
though?
ma'am.
I saw somebody talking about it. I forget what the hell it was now. But it was something along the lines of Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare Remastered. I don't remember. Yeah, but people have been wondering if there's gonna be a release for it. But if they do that, which is a really good fucking idea, then it won't matter. Then there's no point. Like, why even fucking bother? Unless they put it out as like a thing on the stores. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's $80 for the physical or digital version, and that's just the games. And then it's $100 for the games and the season pass, which, to be fair, is a really good fucking deal because then you're just getting Modern Warfare Remastered free. Because
essentially.
the normal season pass and game is $99, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get it. So if you do that, like if you actively play Call of Duty, then that's your best bet. You might as well just pay the $100 and get the game for free, basically.
Yeah.
And then there's the hardcore
Legacy
version.
Pro Edition.
Yep.
Which will come with some sort of statue and whatever prayer mandala beads you use to pray to your Call of Duty gods to hope that your care package will be a tactical nuke. Even though I know that's not possible.
I'm interested to see what's...
I feel like I took that joke too far, but I feel like that was so accurate.
Yeah.
Some sort of Call of Duty prayer mandala. Call of Duty rage videos are awesome.
Yeah,
Same thing with
yeah.
speed run rage videos, where you see someone fall off a ledge. Like, in order to do a speed run, you can't make a mistake.
Yeah, you gotta
Like,
be flawless.
if you make a mistake, there's usually no way you can beat the speedrun record. So you just see some dude on N64, Super Mario 64, and he just falls off a ledge into water, and you just see him take his controller and just start bashing it like into the thing because he's been playing for like a solid 3 hours.
You know
He's
what?
just so
You know what I never thought of that made me think of something?
Hmm.
Are there speedrunners for Dark Souls? I feel like there's speedrunners for
Probably.
Dark Souls, and I bet they're fucking ridiculous. Like I've only played Bloodborne. I haven't had the money to buy Dark Souls 3, but that game fucking took me like 35 hours, and I still didn't beat it because I got to the fucking last boss and I was like, you know what? I've had enough of this shit. I'm done.
But we are moving. We're going too far off topic. But
Sorry.
basically, the legacy. Oh, you leaned up against your mic. I thought you were going to whisper something.
Oh no, I just wanted to rest my head. I'm super tired.
So the Legacy Pro Edition, both games, season pass, the soundtrack, extra digital items, probably kind of meaningless, but people will buy it anyway for a whopping $120.
That's a lot of money.
Doll hairs. So steal your sister's Barbies and
Yep.
yank off their weaves because you're gonna need the money. I think that was a stupid joke too. Oh well.
I'm kind of bummed that it's. I hate when they do this shit. When they sell like collector's editions of games, and all it is like you get a bunch of digital shit. It's like fuck you. I just paid like $120. Give me something fucking cool. Like if you're gonna charge that much money, give us something awesome. Like you're basically giving us the hardened edition.
Yeah, I liked the hardened edition.
Yeah.
Oh, are you talking about the highest end edition?
Yeah,
Like, give
this
us something
one.
really good. Yeah, I think with like Reach, if you got the Reach edition, it came with like a statue of Noble Team or something. Yeah, they used to. I got the hardened edition of the first Black Ops game. Came with a medal and a hardened case, like a metal case that said classified on it. Looked pretty badass.
Yeah, the steel.
And and it came with a like a little Black Ops medal. I did not like the hardened edition for Halo 5. It's not a single case. It's a double case. So the actual
Oh yeah, it's
so
double stacked,
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you telling me about that. Are we
but-
done with all that?
I think so. Just I hope you all enjoy your Call of Duty games.
Don't get mad about Call of Duty. If you really want COD Remastered, just wait another year. I'm sure you'll be able to buy it by itself. Or you could just wait for some. If it's not like on the disc, some asshole's gonna just sell it, like on eBay for like $40.
Yep.
And then you can buy it there if you really want it that bad, you know.
Yep, definitely. So now we just have a few quick things to go through. At least we'll go through them a little bit quicker. You can go ahead and start with the top one if you want. With
the first one is the developers for Mighty Number 9 have finally broken their silence, and they have a release date for North America, Asia, and Asia. It is June 21st. Worldwide, it is June 24th. And guess what? The Vita and 3DS versions are coming later.
which is the only version that I want.
They're not coming ever. They're fucking not. I'm sorry. If you get them, it's gonna be another fucking year from now.
If this is supposed to be a Mega Man-esque platformer game, why have there been so many delays?
You want to hear the stupidest reason?
Sure.
The reason is because the multiplayer stuff doesn't work.
How will multiplayer work into a platformer like that?
I don't fucking know, and it's stupid, and everybody's pissed off about it because it's taken them like a year and a half longer than it was supposed to be to make the game because of some multiplayer bullshit that most of the people don't give a fuck about. So they're pretty pissed. That's why people are so pissed off about Mighty Number 9. It got delayed like 6 times.
Fuck Mighty Number 9. We need someone to make a Mega Man Battle Network collection for the 3DS.
I wouldn't doubt if it comes at some point.
There's a petition for it online.
Capcom owns Mega Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's possible because Capcom's been listening to people a lot lately. Like, they even asked people what they wanted in Resident Evil 2 Remastered. Like, they're like, what should we do, to improve the game or change the game, whatever. How do you guys want us to make this game that we're remaking for you? And they're actually taking in consideration what people want. So maybe Capcom will listen. Capcom actually gives a fuck right now because they have not been doing very good for the last couple of years. So
Mega Man Battle Network, those are some of my favorite games ever. Those are some really fun games. Okay, Dark Souls and Bloodborne are Oh yeah, they're making a PS. The people that made that, right? Am I having that right?
Yeah, the
Are
developer from Software.
they are making something possibly for PlayStation VR in 2017.
No, they are making it, but it might come out in 2017. They don't know when it's gonna come out. They said 2017 though,
Mm.
but they didn't say like anything else. They're like, we're making a PSVR game, 2017, maybe, which is cool, but that's about it. They didn't really say shit else. I am assuming it's gonna be brutal as fuck because that's what they do. They crush your hopes and dreams, and then they stomp on your soul afterwards.
Making it dark, hence
Yes.
the title. DC Universe Online. It's on Xbox One for free.
DCUO is great. It's free. Check it out. And then if you like it, you can buy some more shit for it and then become a premium member. That kind of stuff. Dishonored 2 got a release date for PS4, Xbox One, and PC. November 11th. Which is interesting because Dishonored came out a couple years, 3 or 4 years ago now. It came out last gen. It didn't even come out on the PS4 and Xbox One. They remastered it last year in the fall. Yeah, in the fall they remastered it and released it, and I played it. It was fucking awesome. So I'm excited. November 11th for Dishonored 2.
And then lastly, which is one I'm just going to talk a little bit more about, just for my opinion on it. With the success for Mitomo, if you don't know what that is, it's the app. We talked about it a few episodes ago. It's the application Nintendo made. It's kind of like a social media app for iOS, Android,
And that's it.
Google,
Cool.
whatnot. Google.
Just go to google.com/Mitomo.
Basically, yeah. And fun fact, it is the only social media I guess China has access to. So that's fun.
Really?
I
Holy
guess.
shit. That's
I guess
terrible.
so. Yeah, dude, Facebook and Twitter and all those are like...
They're blocked? Really?
No, I think they're just censored by the government.
Uh,
Really hardcore, and the only
Fair
one that really isn't.
is Mitomo.
Yeah.
We're gonna start getting like stupid amounts of weird shit from China.
Right. My data may be off on that, so don't hate me if I'm wrong. But because of the success from that application, there's going to be 2 more applications for mobile, both for Animal Crossing and Fire Emblem.
I'm excited for Animal Crossing.
Now,
I really love Animal Crossing.
I am. I'm gonna throw some business logic at you right here, Michael. Okay.
Okay.
So, all right, let me just sit up here. Let me get ready to.
He's about to preach the
Okay.
fucking word.
I'm getting ready. The only thing Nintendo has really, as of right now, are its. Oh my gosh! And something's in my eye, throwing off my rhythm. Oh no! Oh my gosh!
It's
I'm
all
gonna
the
die.
it's all the dust from your Wii U.
No, dude, I was playing. We were playing Mario Kart and Smash the other day.
You actively play your Wii U.
Not well. I
You
wouldn't
play
say
it
actively.
more than I do.
Maybe like once a week, if that.
That's still pretty active.
And Kayla and I usually just play
Smash.
Mario Kart or Smash.
Yeah. All right. Anyways,
If
go
I'm
ahead.
feeling ambitious, maybe some Mario Maker, but I'm terrible at it. But the biggest things that they have are games like Fire Emblem and Animal Crossing. You know, those are the huge titles that sell on the 3DS, and they haven't made another one for the Wii U, obviously. I think, at least for the Animal Crossing one, I think it's going to be more of a companion game. I think it's going to be a way to maybe like get furniture or get special items that go into New Leaf.
Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that they will be full-fledged games. I mean, that'd be cool. I like Animal Crossing.
Did they make a full-fledged Animal Crossing on Wii U or no?
No,
I
they
didn't think
made
so.
Amiibo Festival, which is kind of like
The board game?
Mario Party, except no mini games,
Okay.
or at least no mini games on the board. It's literally a board game. You could
Yeah.
design it as a card game if you really wanted to, as like Monopoly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you just use Amiibo to play it.
That makes me sad because I really want to play like a system Animal Crossing. Don't get me wrong, the 3DS one's fine. It's just I want to play it on a TV.
I have New Leaf. I probably have a bunch of weeds in my town by now.
Probably a shit ton of people moved out because you're a terrible mayor. They're like, where the fuck is the mayor? He's been gone for like a year and a half.
I've been on would siesta or siesta. I've been on siesta.
Huh. I'm. You know what I keep seeing recently is the Nintendog memes. Rip Tall, the Nintendogs we haven't fed since like 2008. I was like, holy shit, that's so true.
Oh yeah.
I miss
Shout out.
Nintendogs. I fucking love Nintendogs. It's such a stupid ass game, but I love it so much.
Did you ever have like a Neopet? Did you ever have one of those? I had one of those.
I think
when I was
I
there.
did for like a week, and I was like, I don't get this. This is stupid.
It was like taking care of a pet.
It was like Tamagotchi, but on the computer, right?
No, Neopets was a like it'd be like this kind of like toy, kind of open and close thing, almost resembling a 3DS, and it'd come with a little minifigure that you would stick onto the board. You could put it like anywhere you wanted
Okay.
it to, and it was essentially a oh my gosh, what are those little pocket things that you carry around?
Like a charm.
Tamagotchi pets.
Yeah, that's what I said. Tamagotchi.
I was thinking Tomodachi.
Oh no,
Tomodachi, like
not-
like the game for 3DS, but and you
Tamagotchi.
would just take care of a pet. But the thing is that if you didn't like it had an internal clock,
Mhm.
and if you didn't feed it or anything or take care of it, it would leave. So I remember one time.
It just fucking left you. It's like you're a terrible caretaker.
No, dude.
Fuck off.
I need to tell you this. So last time I'd played it was like in elementary school. Okay. And I'm getting ready to move into what's now the guest room in my parents' house, to my new room. And this happens when I'm like in like seventh grade or like sixth or seventh grade. Okay, and I haven't played since like fourth or fifth grade. So I open it up and I'm like, oh crap, I completely forgot about this. So I turned it on, and sure enough, what do I see? I see my Neopet holding one of those like little sticks with a bag on the end of it, like looking like a hobo, and like wandering off into the sunset. And I was like, huh. Like,
Well, shit.
I didn't give you any attention for the last like 2 or 3 years.
Jesus.
Sorry, my bad.
You know what was my shit? Speaking of Neopets, did you ever own a Digivice? It was basically the same thing as a Neopet.
No.
It was a little different from Neopet and Tamagotchi because in Digimon you actually had to fight shit. Like you actually had to fight other Digimon and stuff. But the thing that always pissed off like our parents is they used to have mini games, right? And that's how like they would walk and then they'd level up and shit. But there's also like a pedometer inside of it. So like when you kept it in your pocket, it would count all your steps as like experience and stuff like that. And then we figured out that you could just shake it, and it would count as the pedometer. Except every time you did it, it went. So all you'd hear all day in fucking all of our houses for a year was as we're running around shaking our digivices like this, and our parents are like, "We're gonna fucking kill you." And this one time, I forgot to turn off the sound. Because it was one of those weird things, like, where you had to press, like, up and the middle button or some shit to turn the sound on and off. And I forgot to turn it off, and I took it to school. Because I would play with it at recess and shit. I forgot to turn it off, and I guess my Digimon got in a fight while I was in the middle of school. So, like, in my backpack in the locker, all you hear is...
I can beat that.
And I was like, fuck.
I can beat that. When I was in, I think, 6th grade or 7th grade, I don't remember. Probably 6th grade, I got a DS Lite. It was my first DS handheld, a white DS Lite, and my parents got me Nintendogs for it, which I actually wanted.
Bring back Nintendogs.
Yeah,
I love Nintendogs.
I think they have a game for 3DS. Pretty confident that they do.
Nintendo, take my money.
Pretty confident that they do.
Go ahead.
But so they got me Nintendogs, and my parents didn't tell me this until like a week later because they were trying to be nice. But apparently, I had been keeping them up all night for like a week and all they kept hearing me say is saying "roll over," because I was trying to train. I couldn't figure out how to play the game, so I was trying to train my dog. So I was literally just yelling into the microphone, "Roll over, roll over," and
Oh my
apparently
God,
it like
dude.
kept my parents up for like a week.
That's fucking hilarious.
And they just got, and eventually my dad and mom got so pissed off that they just,
Yeah, dude.
you need to shut up at night, dude.
You need to shut the fuck up with your stupid fake dog and take care of the real dog.
We did have a real dog at the
Yeah.
time. We had Casey. Okay, but we've been going on for way too long. Make sure you check up on our channel every now and then. We try and do this at least once a week.
At least.
Yeah. So that's a thing. Okay. I'm Ambassador Chris,
I'm Ambassador Michael.
and we'll see you next time, okay? Bye.
Goodbye.